Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to Luanda. We are in Angola, and we're getting ready to watch Angola, one of the real powerhouses of African basketball. Certainly, when you look back through the history of the game, they have had the most dominating run in Africa. A couple of decades, more than a couple of decades. Of course, Will Voigt has left Nigeria and taken over Angola. Will Voigt did not coach Nigeria at the AfroBasket this summer. He was available, and Angola said, why don't we go for him? He beat us in the title game back in 2015. And Will Voigt, on very short preparation with this team, they came out and overcame a halftime deficit against Morocco and won 62-56. So this is the World Cup qualifiers. And we're going to have a pause from playing of the national anthems. Well, we are about ready to kick this thing off here, tip it off, rather, shall we say. Will Voigt shaking hands with the Egyptian coach Amir Aboukair. And the reason why we have the delay in this start is because of the previous game, the game between 0-1 teams, Morocco. Remember, Morocco were leading Angola and lost by 6 points. They beat the Democratic Republic of Congo in overtime, so that's why we had the delay. Democratic Republic of Congo lost their game on opening day of the African World Cup qualifiers. They lost it to Egypt. So here we have a battle of 1-0 teams, and the aim, quite clearly, is to be among, the ultimate aim is to be among the 5 teams from Africa that plays at the FIBA Basketball World Cup in China. So as we look at the warm-ups here, remembering the World Cup in China, 32 teams, including host China. You'll also have 7 teams that qualify from Asia, 7 from the Americas, 12 from Europe, and 5 from Africa. Carlos Moraes, as always, a linchpin in this Angola team, and he was He's always influential. Doesn't matter. You know, he's a player who's had NBA tryouts, but hard to imagine him playing elsewhere other than Angola, where he has iconic status. And Gingbi, both of these teams have been at the top of African basketball over the years. Now, Mariah's had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 assists in their win the other night against Morocco. Leno Paulo also had 13 points. You know, one of the veterans in this team is Olympio Cipriano. He's getting up a little bit in years now. Olympio Cipriano has been affiliated with Angolan basketball for such a long time. He's 35 years of age now. So welcome, folks. It's the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2009 African Qualifiers, and it's the game between Angola and Egypt. So earlier today, an overtime game won by Morocco over the Democratic Republic of Congo. So Morocco have gotten into the win column, into the World Cup qualifiers, whereas the Congolese have dropped. Now look at these guys. I'm thinking they have pretty much ensured the fact that they're going to be on the TV quite a bit today. Well, it's an Egyptian team that is dangerous. Make no mistake about it. They do not have Asim Marai or Ihab Amin with them this time. Those two guys would help a lot, but Egypt remain a force even without them, and we can expect this to be a very close contest. There's Gerson da Silva, Domingos. There's Cipriano. Yannick Morera, who now is 26 years of age. And we're right at the start. So, jumping center for Egypt was Omar Orabi, and he has won the opening tip. So it's going to be Egypt that starts things off. Orabi has it, puts it up, and Egypt crashed the boards. And it's Al Gamal who comes right out and gets his team on the board first. And a little jump shot. Moreda misses. Quickly into transition. Egypt. Long jump shot. Short. And long jump shot this time. Lefty. Rims out. So Gerson da Silva Domingos missing that one. Al Gamal gets inside. Ball goes out of bounds off him. Al Gamal pours in the points. No doubt about it. He's aggressive. Cipriano. Shaken and bacon, guarded by El Gamal. Big Reggie drills the three-pointer. Reggie Moore, excuse me. 36 years of age himself, so a couple of veterans with Cipriano and Moore out on the court. El Gamal behind the back pass. That was an interesting attack, but the long rebound comes back, and a foul has been called. So the long one was Khalifa, and he followed that up, got another attempt. Got the ball back from El Gamal. Interception. Moreda hands it off to Cipriano. Spins to get away from the Egypt defense. Now he takes it back in, and Moreda dunks it. He gets the applause even though the whistle was long blown dead. Had blown the play dead, excuse me. And three-pointer is good. So Cipriano showing why he's in that team, not wasting around. He's in the flow. Now an offensive foul has been called on Egypt. Long one, no good, off the back of the iron. Cipriano reaches in, forces the turnover. Nope, doesn't get it. Egypt get it, but then throw it out of bounds. So this summer, just to kind of set the table for you, look at the guy sweeping up the moisture from the crowd. I mean, from the court. The Angolans finished 7th. And Egypt finished 8th, and that's far below the customary positions for both of these teams. So they're looking to bounce back from that. Moreda. And again, the ball goes out of bounds off of Egypt. So they did not actually meet at the AfroBasket. Cipriano puts up another three. And the rebound by Egypt. And Mohammed dribbles, gets inside, hands it off, and Orabi puts it up and in. Garrison over to Reggie Moore. Garrison to Silva. Back to Moore. Dribbles between his legs. Shot clock winding down. And just wasn't going to happen that time. Not sure Moore, if he thought he was going to beat him, if nobody was moving to get open. Great score, Moore, but sometimes you got to get rid of the ball. Pressure on both of these teams is somewhat eased with the win. Each getting a win on the opening day, but They're desperate to start with two wins. And Orby follows up the miss from Khalifa. So he's a problem down there. You can see the size. Now Moore puts up a three. He goes down. Orby with the rebound. He measures 2.18 meters in height. Al-Gamal drives in. Oh, he missed the layup. Al-Gamal trying to say that he got hit on his drive. That was Orby with the follow. Garrison De Silva, bounce pass, in it goes, Morea, and he went up against the giant Orby and didn't live to tell the tale. But then Leonel Paulo reaches in and commits the foul. Well, they're letting him play right now. Mito has it. Mito wants it. Mito takes it. Mito makes it. How about that? He just let that clock wind down and drilled a three-pointer. So 9-6 now, Egypt on top. Shot taken by Mingus. Mito again. Oh, he brings a little bit of rain with those jump shots. And they have an 11-6 advantage here in Angola. So Will Voigt says, let's tinker with what we're doing here. I need to serve up a little reminder. And I think when Will Voigt's talking, what we'll do is we'll be quiet so we can listen to what he has to say, because he'll be talking in English.
We also talked about attacking the rim. Também falamos sobre atacar o sexto. So all the things we want to do, we haven't done yet. Todas as coisas que queremos fazer ainda não fizemos até agora. Thank you, so. Tactic, right into the ball screen, right? Be aggressive with it. Try to attack the rim.
So the need for Angola, Will Voigt said, their game plan was to come out, be aggressive. They need to quicken the tempo. Need to play really up tempo. They need to attack the rim. He says all the things that we want to do in this game, we haven't done yet. So it's no wonder we're losing 11-6. Look at Mito pop that three-pointer. And then it just looks over at his team and raises the three fingers. You know Omer Abad's watching this one and liking that. Morea whips it over to Paulo. And Mito commits the foul. Mito's just 21 years of age. Mohammed Taha Ibrahim Mohammed. But he's got Mito on the back of his jersey, and that's what we're calling him. And Morea hits the jump shot. So a little bit of full court pressure here from Angola. Trying to pick things up. El Gamal, one of the most famous Egyptian players ever. He's got the ball behind the back. Khalifi. And I think that was after the shot clock expired. Carlos Moraes pushes it quickly. Fashions a little space for him. Now El Gamal has it. 3-on-3 break, beautiful. Oh, passes it back outside. And the rebound. Now the quick outlet. Now they're playing up tempo. This is Angolan basketball. Outside, Carlos Moraes. But at least Will Voigt is going to be happy with the pace a lot more. So Amido goes out. And another of the veterans comes into the game, Rami Gennady. Gindi drives in, hey, gets the basket, and he will go to the line. Look at him beat his chest. Mingus, the elder statesman in this Angolan team. Cipriano is 35. Mingus is 38. Free throw was good. Now the pass back to Mingus. So it's a 6-point lead. And the long jump shot, no good. But Angola get the rebound. That was yes, Mingus getting the board. So it was Gerson Gonçalves who missed that last jumper for Angola, number 3. Now he goes baseline, tries to hand it off to Morea. But Egypt reach in and knock it away. Rami takes his time, sizes up the defense. Passes to Khalifi. And Morea called for a foul. So Khalifa will go to the line. Coach Will Voigt saying, no. That was all ball. He wants his guys to put pressure on the jump shooters, and he wants them to get some reward when he thinks that they've done a good job. So to give up 3 free throws is a pretty painful result for a play like that. But at least Khalifa has missed the first 2. I'd say Khalifa has one of the more unusual strokes when it comes to shooting the basketball. It's like a push shot from down to his waist. Look at that. He makes the 3rd, so we get 1 point out of that. Morea hands it off Cipriano, or Leonel Paulo. Spins in the lane, gets contact. Leonel Paulo showing he's still got it. He's 31 years of age now. Paulo will be back in. Gindi causes problems with his dribble penetration, so it's going to be interesting to see how Angola combat that. So the first one is good. Jacques Conceição is going to come into the game. Well, a little bit too hard. Leno Powell on that second one. And now the reach, the steal, the break is on, and the dunk is thrown down by Leno Paulo, number 9. Now they're picking it up. Gindy has it up high. Oh, clutch shooting from El Gamal. Orby picks it up. How big a shot was that from El Gamal? You just felt the momentum swinging for Angola. And El Gamal, with a little bit of pressure around him, was able to drill a 3. This was a shot. So the lefty Gindy at the free throw line takes the first one, and now Angola will come and get in rebounding position. Second one is good as well. So 9 points to lead now. So Gerson goes out. Orby goes out as well. And Conceição is in the game, number 37. Here he is. Moreira thinks about going to work. Over to Conceição. He's open. A little bit long. Gindy follows up his missed shot and scores with the putback. And that is how the first quarter ends. Gindy says, "Give me a high five, bro." He heads to the bench. The Egyptians looking tough right now. They're on top of Angola after 1. Egypt, I mean, just far more efficient, a lot more just getting better looks, as you can see from those statistics. And here's some of the highlights from the first quarter. Right about this here, you thought, okay, Angola's got the game going how they want to go. They're playing up-tempo, making a little run, and then all of a sudden, El Gamal hit this. And then you had Gindy do this right at the end of the quarter. 5, and the foul has been called. 2 shots will be awarded. So Conceição, who I think is the son of Jean-Jacques Conceição, the legend of Angola, FIBA Hall of Famer. Look at these guys. Oh boy. Conceição makes the first and the second. Gamal brings it across mid, or Rami brings it across midcourt. And faces some pressure. Gendy from Lionel Paulo is able to get the shot off and scores. Well, that was a great execution in the end from Ahmad Khalaf. Conceição slow to get up. Tough call, though, to be fair. Conceição goes to the line and makes the first. And he makes the second. So bringing a little bit of relief from the bench, but right now the Egyptians on top 24-15. Will Voigt liking the pressure. Look at him coaching over there, trying to get his guys in position. Gendy passes out, and Khalif, as he drives in, he is fouled. Jungo, oh no, Sami, excuse me. It was Ahmad Bakr who was fouled as he got in. Ahmed Bakr. So El Gamal passes it into Ahmad Khalaf. And El Gamal puts up another one, this time an air ball. Lionel Paulo goes out to take a breather. Conceição again. Harrison hands it off to Jungo, and he tries to get the crowd going. They're trying to harass El Gamal out on the perimeter. They want to make this pace a little more helter-skelter. Gendy for three, rebound from Jungo. Just 20 years of age is Jungo. And another foul called on Egypt. Watching João Jungo play for Angola at the 2014 FIBA Under-17 World Championship. Here he is putting up a three. That was way too long. Nito back in the game. rested. Now El Gamal. And it was Gerson outside who had his hands on him. And it's been called for the foul. It's Gerson Gonçalves. And Gonçalves and Conceição pushed over by Mito. So Conceição, the son of probably Angola's biggest legend. Talk about big shoes to fill, or big footsteps to follow in. Is Cipriano back in the game, and a three-pointer brings Angola back to within 4 points. And the coach doesn't want to waste any time. He felt, once again, the momentum starting to swing, so he's called timeout after the Cipriano three-pointer. And I'll tell you what, these people are into it now. There is no way they're going to be sitting down the rest of the game. It's interesting that if you look at Voigt over there is extremely, shall we say, valuable assistant. Matthias Eckhoff is he was with him in the Nigerian national team. He has also been appointed as the assistant coach. So this was kind of a golden opportunity. But the one thing I'll say about taking over Angola is, you know, you're not going to have long to get it right. They expect you to get it right pretty quickly. So he's under a little bit of pressure. But I'm sure he was fully aware of that before he took the job. El Gamal pushes it up the floor. And good quick play. Now they're running. Look at this. And the miss. Oh, how did Cipriano miss the layup? Now he looks at his arm to say, I got hit. Well, he may have actually got something as the Egyptian player ran past him. Here he is, Cipriano. And Jungo passes it back outside. Conceição has it. Now the drive, and the basket is good. Finished by Divaldo Mbunga. 32 years of age. Here he is, look at this. I'm going to the rack. And Kilaf couldn't stop him. And if he makes this free throw, it's a 1-point game. Look at this. Look at those eyes. Oh, yeah. He's hungry. Will Voigt finding some players that are ready to get out and get after it. Put some pressure on full court. Conceição. Gindi. He's been tough. Misses the runner. Orabi with the rebound. And he'll have to go to the line to earn it. Orabi. Here he is again. Woo. So you got the 20-year-old Jungo talking to the 35-year-old Cipriano. Orby sinks the first one. So Egypt had their coach back that got them to the World Cup in 2014. The team that went on that incredible run at the AfroBasket in 2013 and made it to the final. And pass. Jungo. Zhao Jungo. Now it's Conceição. It's actually Leandro Conceição. Puts it up. Misses. They get it back. Leandro Jacques Conceição, but he's been registered as Jacques Conceição. Here he is again. Oh, beautiful pass. And good hands from Gerson Gonçalves. I'll tell you, Will Voigt has got it spot on in this one. The game plan was there, but it's one thing to have a game plan, and it's another thing to have your players execute it. And he said quite clearly, folks, we talked about doing this, this, and this, and we're not doing it. So what he's done is he's gotten a lift from a lot of his young guys or a lot of his reserves coming off the bench. Now, somebody's going to have to let go of that ball, Orby and Marea. You guys walking down the aisle together? What's up? What's going on? Orby's not going to let go of that ball. They were both tied up. So alternating possession. That gives the ball to Egypt. 5:30 remaining here in the first half. Gindi. Gerson with the rebound, gives it to the other Gerson. And Cipriano. Now he has it back. Gets in the lane, little runner. Passes outside. Gerson misses, but the rebound. Jungo, but then turns it over. Rami gets it up to Mito. Behind his back, Mito. Oh, throws it right in the hands of Cipriano. Gindi gets back to play some D, but it's not going to stop him. Angola have pulled even. Now, Cipriano might have thought about making the pass to his teammate, who was open, but he decided he was taking it. Rami for three. Zhao Jungo with the rebound. Cipriano again. Floats. Misses. Alley-oop pass. Orby catches it. And fouled by Cipriano. It's interesting how Orby is, I guess it's only natural that since 2015 he would have improved and become more of the focal point of this attack, and especially with Hassan Marai not here. I mean, he's a pure center, Orby. Nito comes out, 21-year-old, getting some instructions. Be patient, young man, they're saying. So Orby at the line. Robbie makes the first. He's tough. So there are a lot of national teams that would be calling out for a center like him, that's for sure. 26 years of age. The Handoff. Morea steps out of bounds. Robbie thought he had a whistle blown on him, but in fact it was Morea that stepped out of bounds. Robbie played at USC, Southern California. And here's Ramy, makes the pass down the low block to Robbie. He gets blocked by Morea, says, take that. And Morea, or Moraes, who's back in the game, gets the ball and whips it back across court. Morea hands it off, gets it back from Conceição. And again, Morea drives in, but loses the ball out of bounds. That was him getting the block. Drive, and now this triggers a break for Angola. Rice hands it off to Moore, but good reach in by Egypt's Kalafra. And three-pointer no good. Khalifa was the person who came in and got that reach and took it away for Egypt. Now the three-point attempt. Boy, they're struggling to put the ball in the basket, that's for sure. El Gamal hits another one. He is just automatic, isn't he? So that brings a timeout from Voigt.
And then we talk about pressure and you guys beating you. All right, now one your big full court. It's not a trap, it's just man-to-man. One is full court man-to-man, all right?
Super out over the 8 points. Look at the field goal percentages.
Right here. Drop down.
50% for Arabi as well. He's got 7 points. El Gamal 7. It's hard to believe that El Gamal only has 7 points. It seems like he's been everything he puts up is going in, but he's only got 3 baskets. Here they are again. Look at that. There's a new sheriff in town. Conceição hands it off. Moore picks up his dribble. Pass back outside to Moore. And the ball wrestled away by Yusuf Abususha at the possession area for Angola. They called the jump. But he was tied up. Pearson floats in, hits, the runner. Nito goes behind his back. Guarded closely. The criticism from Voigt, or the reminder stinging in his ears about staying in front of your man. Pressuring the ball. El Gamal. Goodness me. Talk about clutch. He says, you can't stop that. You can just read it all over his face. Now on the right, Marias hits the jump shot falling down. So he gets the three right back. Now Voigt, what is he saying? He's not happy about something. There's about a 3-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Well, they take it early. Oh, the air ball lands right into the hands of Khalifa, who scores and draws the foul in the same play. A stroke of good fortune. But in all fairness to Khalifa, he was watching that ball from the time it was released and was going for that rebound. So you got to make your own luck. So Leandro Jacques Conceição goes over to the bench. Could be it for him for the quarter. Wabi also takes a seat. Well, he's not going to sit. He's going to stand up. Free throw's good. 10 seconds to get up the floor. 5-point Egypt lead. Marias has it. Cipriano, he's got to put up a difficult shot from the baseline. And not the shot they wanted. Well, they trailed in their first World Cup qualifier at halftime and came back to win, and they're going to have to do it again if they want to get a victory. Egypt 35-30 on top of Angola. So the shooting number's not good for Angola at all. 4 of 16 from deep, 6 of 17 inside the arc, but it's a different situation, as you can see, for Egypt. And Egypt are also out rebounding Angola. So we're at halftime, 35-30, Egypt on top. We'll be right back. Well, Egypt on top of Angola at halftime by 5 points. They've come out and supremely focused from the off. And if they're allowed to keep playing the way that they've been playing, it's going to be tough to beat them. I mean, the key is I'm pretty sure Voigt is probably telling his players is, listen, guys, we have got to play fast. We've got to get up in their faces. We've got to cause some turnovers. We've got to make them work and get some easy buckets. If that doesn't happen, this isn't going to go our way. So look for this Angola team to try to pick it up and to keep it going as they had it going there for a while. Just a big shot from Khalifa right at the end was allowed them to stretch the lead back to 5. Caught the air ball and then went up and scored and was fouled on a play. So been that kind of game so far for Angola. You just can't believe it when you see that. How would you like to be the guy standing behind him? You'd never see a thing. So Will Voigt looking on. He knows a tough 20 minutes is ahead for his team. And the long shot is no good. So Angola now with possession, a chance to get closer. It's all about defense, isn't it? Get up in the face, be disruptive. Nice pass. Oh, what a play from Moore. Beautiful. And Arabi has it down low. Oh, again. Powers his way up. Oh, look, he brings out the gun show. And he will go to the line for a three-point play. And Reggie Moore from deep this time. No, that was a 2, but that's a good sign. 2 consecutive possessions where Angola have scored. They've had problems on offense. So maybe things are going to start to turn around for them. Yusuf misses. And the battle for the rebound, Morea wins it. Cipriano cross court, Gerson back to Carlos Moraes, and then he fumbled the ball away just as he got close to the basket. And Khalifa drives in, hands it off to RB. And the ball goes out. Orby has it. And back to Egypt. Well, sure seemed like Angola were going to start getting into their rhythm, and all of a sudden, and the spin move, oh, they just look too good right now, don't they? This is their game, and they're not intimidated by the atmosphere. And Maria has it, goes up, but he will get 2 free throws. If he'd made that shot, he would have had a potential 3-point play. So Maria, his team down 8, makes the first. It's interesting how Angola haven't been able to put together a run at all in this game. Every time they start to get something going, it seems like their opponents just turn it around. And Khalifa drives in, hands it off to RB, and he is fouled. Boy, they almost need another timeout because, quite frankly, right now, this man and Khalifa are just causing all sorts of problems. Look at this. And Arby misses, so it goes from a potential 3-point play to now the best they can do is to get 1. And make no mistake, this is a big free throw because if Angola get out of here without any points surrendering, go down and hit a 3, that would be a momentum shift. He does make the second. Then Paulo in the game, out on the wing, hands it off to Morea. Back to Morea at the line, and gets to the fall. Well, chipping away, 43-38, back to 5 points of deficit. El Gamal finds his way down, gets it to Mito in the corner, and the foul called on Gerson. Gerson is wearing the number 1 tonight. He's Gerson da Silva Domingos. And this was a jump shot made the previous trip down from by Morea. So 3 fouls now on Angola in this quarter. Oh, Yusuf, you thought the referee was on your team. And Moraes gets inside. Oh, they're going to count it. That was just an explosive move. Attack the rim, as the coach says. Good things will happen. And something good has happened there. Not only the basket, but the foul. Boy, Carlos Moraes, he's seen it all, hasn't he? 32 years of age. And makes the free throw, so it's a 3-point play. And it's only a 2-point lead now for Egypt. These teams will also play again in the World Cup qualifiers. Well, they'll have a window coming up in February, but I think they won't meet again until the third window, end of June, beginning of July. El Gamal passes out to Khalifa. Khalifa way downtown. And Lionel Paulo gets the rebound. This could be it. They're going to tie it. They're going to take the lead. Oh, the ball got away from Lionel Paulo, but he was able to get it back. Carlos Moraes says, look out, I'm coming in. Bounce pass, Moraes for the dunk. A little bit of facial on Orabi. And now Angola have a chance to take the lead. Don't celebrate too much. You got a basketball game to play. Here you go. Oh, but he took some contact there. That was a powerful dunk. But he missed the free throw. That was the go-ahead free throw. That's why you celebrate, but maybe not quite so much. Almeida working against Gerson. And Orabi fouled down low by Morea. And that is the fourth foul in this quarter. So any more, and free throws will be coming for Egypt. Seems inevitable that that's what's going to happen. Orabi has that classic back to the basket big man game. Look at that. What is, gosh, did you see that? Man drying the floor. Gindi open, short. Now Gerson to Moore. Again, Angola with a chance. They've been trailing the entire game. Are they going to take the lead here? Lionel Paulo flies in, and oh, he doesn't get it. How in the world did that ball not go down? El Gamal now in Egypt, if they can hit a three, boy, that'll suck the life out of this place. Khalifa for three, stays out. Another chance for Angola. Moraes spins, and a foul, number 4 on Egypt, and it's on Khalifa. Gerson's going to inbound it. Paulo has it. Oh, tried to force his way through, and El Gamal just said, I'm just going to take the ball. So twice in a row now, 3 times in a row, they've had a chance to take the lead. They have not, Angola. Now, who have they called the foul on here? Wow. They did call it on Moore, so he was adjudged to have been coming in too much. Rabi at the line went 1 of 2 at his last trip to the line, and now he misses that one. But remember, Angola have had 3 consecutive occasions where they could have taken lead, and they have not. Voigt's trying to read the game. Eckhoff was talking to him. Rice puts it up. And the rebound, Rabi. Well, this Egyptian team is just so mentally strong. Felt like they were vulnerable for the last minute or so. But here they are, still leading by 1 and going back to the free throw line. Rabi. Boy, he's taking a beating now, isn't he? And the famous floor sweeper there, look at him, helping up Rabi. Goodness me. I don't know what to say. We'll just say he's good at his craft. Rabi misses the first. I think his legs are tired. I think he's working hard, playing a lot of minutes. 38-year-old Mingus is going to check back into the game. And he rattles in the second one. So it's up to a 2-point lead. Moraes tries to get in. Gerson into Mingus. Rami guarding him. Paolo. And the jump shot. Ball goes out. Oh, I mean, somebody had to shoot it, so Devaldo and Bunga put it up. 14 on the shot clock. There's some Mingus. Oh, he gets rejected from Mingus. He gets rejected from Rabi. Mingus is supposed to say, "This is my house." But Rabi said, "Not in my house." And now Rami has it, and Garrison commits a foul trying to fight through that screen. Oh, he's the MVP tonight without question. Rabi. And El Gamel, meanwhile, just keeps, this is Rami here. El Gamel keeps pulling the strings. Well, they've had come up, the well has been dry for Angola on several trips down the floor now. Garrison goes out, and now the turnover, and El Gamel puts it up and in, and just like that, the lead goes back to 6. Moraes for 3, good. So Leandro Jacques Conceição back in the game. He's got Rami. And Moraes is on El Gamel. Rabi going to work on Mingus. And a foul. Playing defense called on Angola. So Robbie at the line. That's the first. This is the second. So I think a lot of that has to do with tiredness for him. 1:20 to go, third quarter. Divaldo drives in. He gets the finish. I like him. He's positive. He's direct. Gindy probing. El Gamal misses. And Paolo telegraphed the pass. They want to push it, but not like that. And Egypt missed the shot. And Arabi, going after the ball, is called for the foul. Oh, you got to love the way he plays. He plays hard. He's giving everything. Watch this. Both guys going for it. That's a tough call on Robbie. I mean, all he's doing is going for it. There's definitely contact. And not only that, but it puts Angola on the line with a chance to tie it. And of course they won't. Little Paolo's struggling a little bit here now. And free throw is good. Gindy comes in, and they get it inside and staying with it. And finally, Angola come down with the basketball. Shot clock or game clock winding down, and a foul has been called right at the end. Or no, it hasn't. Sorry. I thought they'd called it. Or have they called a foul? Yep. He got him, and that's 3 shots. Unbelievable. The question is, had the final buzzer sounded, it looks like they're going to call the foul. Well, it's very simple. If you commit a foul, it's going to be called. If there's time on the clock, so they're looking at the video to see how much time was on the clock. If he was fouled before the clock went off, and I'm thinking if they don't have any evidence to suggest otherwise, they have to give the foul. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're making sure, did the foul happen before? Yes. They're going to give him the 3 free throws. Was he in the shooting motion, though? I'm not sure if they've called the shooting foul or if they've just called a reach in. Either way, there's free throws, but if he was shooting a three, he gets 3 free throws. Yeah, I think that's 3 free throws. So it's, I think the result is going to be, yeah, that's right, 3 free throws. Excellent job, refs. You took your time. You got it right. You looked at the video. That's what it's there for. And they're going to put a little bit of time on the clock as well. I think probably 0.3 or so. Look at these guys. Is their group growing? Are there even more people wearing costumes? Is there a carnival going on around here that we haven't been informed about? Look at that. Giddy up. Giddy up on the right there. And then you got your ukulele. You got the policeman, I think, to the left to enforce it. I'm not sure who the guy is on the far left with everybody on top of his head there. So things taking just a while. And oh boy, they're not going to like the fact. So they finally get to the line, Mingus, and he misses the first one. He's waited so long, perhaps he needed to warm up with that first free throw. So he ties it at 50. And that's it. Gindy launches it. So strange kind of delayed finish to the quarter, but finally we've made it, and Angola lead it 51-50. So the shooting percentage is a little bit better now for Angola. Still not as good as inside the arc as Egypt, but just one less made field goal. 2 more threes for Angola. And you can see where some missed free throws hurting Egypt at this stage. from Morea. Then he went to the line and missed the free throw. And then he get the star helping up Arabi. Star floor sweeper. And El Gamel has repeatedly hurt Angola whenever he's had a chance. He never forces it. So the pass in, it goes to the young Conceição, the 28-year-old Conceição. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Angola ball. There's Gindi. Conceição finds his way in, takes a difficult shot. And his teammates will go and help him up after he gets the bump. There he is again. Good aggressive player. This will be 10 long minutes, I fear. I think it could take a while for this one to be finished. The way these teams are playing, every possession. And now the lead is 2. Only makes 1 of 2, but the ball goes off of Egypt, so Angola will maintain possession with 14 on the shot clock. Entry pass, it goes, and Lionel Paulo over to Mbunga. Rami over to Gindi. Gindi, he'll take that. He would have taken that in the first half. Battling down low. And shot clock violation. Okay, Khalaf is pretty exceptional when you think about it. 18 years of age, out here battling. Here he is, number 40, trying to get in the way of Angola. And the turnover, they're tied up, alternating possessions. And Conceição just kind of lost his footing there. But back to Khalaf, Ahmed Abulela Morsi Khalaf. I mean, you have to say he, is one of the more impressive 18-year-olds right now in international basketball. I know there was a certain Luka Doncic this summer that played at the Eurobasket for Slovenia, but just further proof there's a lot of good young talent out there. And with this World Cup window, World Cup qualifying window, he's got a chance to show everybody how good he is. Getting it run with the senior team. And the three-pointer is good. Egypt go back in front. That was Rami. And Conceição kind of pushes off Rami and gets the foul called on Rami. Oh, where are you going, Lionel Paulo? Conceição takes a tough shot off 1 foot. Puts Angola back in front. And the ball turns over back to Angola. $7:50 remaining. Little Paulo. Can Angola build any type of lead? Gindy reaching in on Mingus, and Mingus loses it, but it goes off of El Gamal. Yes, that's the call. The ball went off of El Gamal. Is what coach doesn't like it. What can I say, coach? And penetration and traveling is the call on Gerson, number 3. Gerson Gonçalves. El Gamel puts it up. That was short. I think a hand may have gotten on that shot. So that time the Egyptian defense kind of bogged down, and you can see the difference now when you bring in the twin, I like to call them the twin towers. It's going to make a big difference having Arabi in there, as well as Khalifa. So can Angola beat Egypt's top team? Well, El Gamel's going to go out now. Mito's back in. Conceição went right around Mito, but then passes it back outside to Paulo. Hit while he makes the jump shot at the free throw line. So the foul was on Gindy. Boy, Angola in the clouds now. They're up by 4 points with that made free throw. Tempo really being played at the pace that you would think Egypt would like. Now El Gamal's out of the game. Who's going to take the big shot? Will it be Gindy? Rami. He's hit some big shots before. Rami puts it up. And the miss. And they weren't able to even look at Arabi. Little Paulo goes baseline. Wide open Gerson. And the tip from Jungo. Zhao Jungo, maybe, if he could do it all over again, would catch it, go down, and then go back up. A little cramping here for Rami. This is Paulo. And again, Jungo, instead of coming down with it, of course, he would have had to have gone back up against Arabi. Maybe that's what he was thinking. I don't know. Oh, look at this great crowd here in Angola.
Keep attacking. Keep attacking. Okay? All right? Keep your ball pressure. Not to bustle. If it goes into the post, play to Doyce. In the post. Play to Doyce. Okay? Everybody got it? Or Aki. Okay, let's go.
Well, I think Will Voigt is learning a little bit of Portuguese. I think so. I don't know Portuguese, but I'm thinking that's what he was saying. The numbers anyway. Omar Rabi, number 55. How important has he been today? And here's some of the plays that he's contributed. Then he brought out the gun show. There he is again. They had to show that highlight. Okay. So Najib. Mito brings it up. Guarded by Conceição. Sousa has the ball almost stolen. Three-pointer wide open, rims out. Clough with the rebound, puts it on the deck, back out to Mito. Here's another three attempt as the shot clock was winding down. And Leonel Paulo, just goes right to the rim. Where was the Robbie there? There's Mito again. Will they go back to Yusuf Abu Shusha? Nope, it's going to be El Gamel this time. And Khalifa. El Gamel open, good. Three-pointer, halves the deficit. Less than 5 minutes remaining. Leonel Paulo again, drives in, bumped by Rabi. Paulo over to Conceição. Mbunga sets a pick. Conceição short. And Abu Shusha throws it off of Mbunga. And Egypt get it back. Gamel bounce pass. Lafa puts it up and in. The wind still picking up in the sails for Egypt. 59-58. Angola now clinging to the 1-point lead. Who's your go-to man? Is it Mbunga? Passes it back out to Conceição. He misses. And Robbie now with the rebound. Robbie trying to get position. Abu Shusha hits a three-pointer. The go-ahead three. Look at the expression on the face of the coach. 61-59. Angola have just lost their way the last couple minutes. I'm not sure that Voigt has the right personnel on the court, and that might be why he's calling the timeout. Yeah, he's definitely speaking Portuguese.
We told you he's a shooter. Offensively here.
So Will Voigt getting on a little bit of Leonel Paulo about Abu Shusha, leaving him open for that three. It's a confident group. It looked just very recently, just a couple minutes ago, that it wasn't gonna happen for Egypt, and then all of a sudden, with Angola sort of getting lost, they've come back and they've made a couple of plays, and here they are with the lead. So Will Voigt on the left and Matthias Eckhoff on the right, his former assistant in Nigeria. Now with them in Angola, and they're hoping that Angola can get this big World Cup qualifier victory. He just told some of the other guys, hey, your teammates have gotten you this far, now you need to bring it home. Gerson takes the three, and Robbie with the rebound. Well, they had him wide open. Now they've got to get a stop. And when El Gamel has the ball in his hands like he does now, they are very tough. Khalifa for three. Maybe not option A offensively, especially when Abu Shusha has just hit the three-pointer before that, number 12, Moreira. Bounce pass. Paulo goes up. And with 2.5 minutes remaining, he will go to the line with a chance to tie it. Leonel Paulo with a chance. He's got 9 points. He's 3 of 5 at the stripe. Takes his time. Tickles the twine. Great crowd here in Angola tonight. Doesn't make the second, however, so Egypt still up by 1. Boy, Robbie is going to be pooped when this is over. He looks tired. Now Mito falls down and gets tied up. And if they called a foul, if they have on Garrison, that's unlucky. Look at this. He falls down. He gets up on it. But the problem was he kind of fell on top of him. The emotions running through the stands for these Angola fans. That was just the second foul on Angola in the fourth quarter, so they're a long way away from, and they're still got a couple more fouls to give before they get into the bonus. 3 more fouls, in fact. Gamel steps back. Here's Orabi. He's struggled lately, and he does. It goes out of bounds. And you kind of wonder why Angola weren't able to cause them problems like that earlier in the game. Drop down and help out. So Angola can take the lead. Both games played here today have seemed like they've been pretty long, taking a while to finish. This one could go to overtime as well. You never know. Moraes hits the three-pointer. Angola back in front. Robbie hands it off to Kalafa. Surely you've got to give Abu Shushu a touch. Yusuf, number 12. Robbie backing his man up. And Mito was fouled by Moraes. It's okay, they had fouls to give. Well, it hasn't necessarily been a great game for Carlos Moraes, but he's supremely confident in his ability. And look at that, he has hit 3 of 5 from three-point range. He's probably thinking, I wish I'd made some of those free throws. And El Gamal takes the 3. Leonel Paulo with the rebound. Well, the Carlos Moraes three-pointer right now has put Angola in pole position. But 1 minute and 15 seconds is an eternity in basketball. A lot can happen down the stretch. Garrison. Morea shakes and bakes, puts it up and in. And that lead is now 4 points. Have another look. What is he saying here? Look at this. He does something with his hands. Oh, he's saying he got fouled? Anyway. Egypt will not give this ghost up yet. $16 points for RB, 15 rebounds. And you can't really argue with his contributions, can you? Mariah with the 12 points. Jungo, remember watching him at the 2014 Under-17 World Championship in Dubai. Here he is playing with the senior team. It's the great thing about watching those youth tournaments. These guys eventually get older to play for the senior team. Look at the crowd. Look at them rocking and rolling. Now Rami's going to inbound it. El Gamal for 3. Oh, man, you have got to be kidding me. The man's got some ice in those veins. Now Moraes and El Gamal knocks it away from him, but then he commits to foul. Well, El Gamal, I tell you, who would not want him on your team? He has been terrific tonight. 18 points. He's got the 4 threes. And the door opens a little bit more for Egypt to win this basketball game. So Gerson Gonçalves makes the second to make it a 2-point game. Everything is not okay at the Corral. They are clinging to the 2-point lead. Gamal again. Puts it up and doesn't get the shooter's roll. Morea rebounds it. Gerson. 27 seconds left, and Egypt now need to play defense and get a stop. Moraes hands it off to Paulo. Back outside. Shot clock winding down. He's got to chuck it. He gets it up. And they get the offensive rebound. Morea. They don't want to commit an unsportsmanlike. And with 4.8 seconds remaining, the foul has been committed. It's not over yet, folks. 4.8 seconds. Have they called the unsportsmanlike? I think they maybe did. Yes, they have. You know that you've got a foul. You got to go for the ball. Yep, and he did call it. You can see it at the top of your screen. And in all honesty, folks, I mean, you know the foul is coming, but you still can't wrap your arms around the other player while you're going for the ball. And now Egypt are, at the end of the day, you know what? The call has been made, and you need to live with it. You need to live with it. The game has not been won and lost with just one call at the end of the game. So they're gonna argue. Well, the coach is not going to sleep well tonight if they lose this game, because they certainly had their chances. They played so well, but when Robbie re-entered the game in the fourth quarter, it wasn't quite the same. Wasn't quite as dominant, and that was telling. So timeout on the floor as we try to see if we're ever going to get this thing going again. It just the delays in this arena today have just been of epic proportions. Referee still hearing it from the Egyptian bench. So it looks like, even though it's not over yet, look at those young fans. What a great way to spend a weekend night. This is Saturday, isn't it? I'm losing track of all these World Cup qualifiers. So Morea is at the line. He makes one. He needs to make both to make it a two-possession game. And Rami, that's unsportsmanlike what he's doing there. Wagging his finger right in the face of the referee. So Morea makes the first, and Will Voigt is very close to going to 2-0 as the new coach of Angola and winning 2 very difficult games, adverse circumstances. So 68-64, and now Angola will maintain possession. And they don't even know it. What's going on? Okay, no, they're just going to set up there. With 4.8 seconds left. That's strange. But surely you want to try to get some points in case of down the road you need some more points. But anyway, 68-64, Angola have come from behind. Well, I mean, it wasn't a huge deficit, but they were playing from behind for much of the game. You got to tip your hat to Egypt. They're outstanding. And let's just hope that Egypt and the coaching staff can let this one go, because don't ruin what was a great night for international basketball. Well, that young man there is, you have to say, he's no longer the future of Egyptian basketball. He's the present. He was amazing tonight, and he is a player that is going to carry them deep into qualifying. I've got a sneaky suspicion he might get them to the World Cup. And I've got a sneaky suspicion as well that Will Voigt was an excellent appointment for Angola, because he held it together when things got very tough. Egypt, their coaching staff, well prepared for this game. They came out, played excellent. They had a good trip to Luanda. They finished 1-1. So they in the World Cup qualifiers are 1-1. And I've got a feeling they're going to be okay. So let's look at the stats. In the end, Angola's numbers went up, not so much from deep. Ended up out rebounding Egypt. More assists is a good sign. Only 12 turnovers for both teams. Morea, wow, 14 points in the end. El Gamal, terrific with 18. Arabi was up amongst the leaders in all the categories. See Arabi with the 16. And Morea and Morais, 14-12. And Leonel Paulo, who did well. I think the guard play needs to get a little bit better for Angola. But still saw some signs. Arabi is, that's the nature of competition. You commit yourself, you get to play for your national team, you make the trip south to Luanda, and you finish with a little bit of disappointment. You had a chance to go 2-0. But if they look back at that game overall, they'll be able to find some moments where they could have made some plays and they didn't. And now it's time to dance for joy in Luanda for the local fans, because their team is 2-0 and looking more and more like the Angola of old. I think at some point we're going to look at some highlights. See the wide-angled shot. Okay, so here are the standings. Angola up top of Group C, followed by Morocco and Egypt. And Democratic Republic of Congo are 0-2 down at the bottom. Morocco beating them in overtime earlier today. And here are the highlights. Kind of a start and stop second half. A lot of whistles. Moraes came out, made some big plays, including that bounce pass to Morea. And then he started talking. And Robbie says thanks. That was one of my favorite moments of the game. El Gamal. He just plays with so much poise, control, confidence. He's smooth. He knew the defense was coming from behind. He didn't rush it. Rice again came out. He was the big man today from deep for Angola. No doubt about that. Rami even got in on the act, hitting that three. But just overall, a wonderful atmosphere tonight. And, you know, when it comes to the World Cup qualifiers, this will be more of a regular occurrence. And young Yusuf there was drilling that three-pointer. I'm not sure. It seems like maybe Egypt could have gone to him a little more late in the game. They didn't. Yannick Morea hits that one. You know when he scored, he's going to tell you about it. El Gamal just never finished. And that was the final. So it's been a lot of fun bringing it to you, folks. The World Cup qualifiers. And there'll be more coming your way from the various regions. So be sure to tune in and watch as many of these games as you can. So that is it, folks. Thanks for watching the World Cup qualifiers from Africa. Angola winning it, and a real thriller over Egypt.